9 years have passed since the grievous day when Paris, Prince of Troy, carried off the lovely Helen, wife of Menelaus, king of Sparta. For 9 years, pledged to avenge the outrage, the kings and princes of Greece, the mightiest heroes from that sun-drenched land, besieged the city of the Trojans. Behind the towering, impregnable walls where Paris kept the stolen Helen, a precious prize for him, a bitter insult to the pride of Greece, Troy neared the end of its resistance. Hector, son of Priam, king of Troy, brother of the seducer Paris, Hector, bravest of all the Trojans, has been slain by the swift Achilles, who has thus avenged his friend Patroclus, whom Hector had killed in single combat. The body of the Trojan hero, dragged in triumph behind Achilles' chariot, traced in the yellow dust, an omen of the fate which awaited the proud city of Troy. Thus it was that the 10th year of the war began.
Let the vultures all feast well on the royal carrion I purchased with my blade. Let Hector, slayer of Patroclus, atone for his crime again. This, Trojans, is the vengeance of Achilles. Hey!
Achilles finally sealed my brother's fate. A fate that had hounded him for 9 long years. And what will be our fate? The fate of Troy.
Who knows? One more day of life is all we gain, as the sorry prize of daily battle.
Go ahead. Let them follow. Not attack the last one.
I wanted a great prisoner, but a live one.
Try him with this. Why don't you try that one day on a Greek who can defend himself?
It is only right to tell you, Aeneas. Little though I care if you live or die, I admire your exploits as I watch from the walls. Your trickery and courage, I envy most of all.
And which of my two virtues would you choose?
I admit that I lack both, Aeneas. Trickery, I think, best serves successful warriors.
For cowards who have much to lose, you, Paris, have much to lose. Your precious skin.
Take the prisoner inside. I want to question him.
Hail, Aeneas.
The soldiers will follow you, wherever you lead them, Aeneas.
I have no wish to be a leader. This cursed war has lasted long enough. No woman is worth the blood that has been shed in these 9 years. Least of all, Helen.
For us in Troy, Helen stands as a living symbol of our prestige and glory.
Yes. Such prestige so dearly gained with Trojan blood. Helen of Sparta, wife of Menelaus, concubine of Paris, is our grave digger.
These ideas have earned you the hatred of the court and the council of elders. But now more than ever, you must beware. Paris is spying on you. Every word you speak further imperils your life.
I speak only as Hector spoke.
But Hector's been slain. Who's your commander now? Paris. Be careful, Aeneas.
Aeneas.
Creusa.
Aeneas. As I watched you from the walls, I was almost mad with fear.
It's best that you be prudent and not show yourself on the walls.
But why should I conceal my anguish? I worry like all the other women. Why, then, must I not run to see you as the other women do, proud of their victorious husbands? I am the wife of Aeneas. I want them all to know, my father and Paris, all of Troy.
If Paris were to discover our secret, he'd injure you out of hatred for me. Our joy is to have one another, and our sorrow is that we must conceal this joy for the present.
But how much longer must I conceal it? I must know.
Not long. For someday the war will end. Someday we shall live in peace. Have faith in that.
The prisoner told me that funeral games for Patroclus have begun in the Greek camp. They will last 2 days.
Yes, and what else did the prisoner tell you?
That all their bravest warriors will take part in the games.
What else, Paris?
The body of Patroclus, clothed in white and richly scented, is ready on the pyre.
Where is the body of my son? What news have you of this?
Yes, his mother and I, his wife, must also know the truth.
Hector lies in dust and filth near the pyre of Patroclus.
In the dust and filth, the body of my son, on the cold ground reddened with his blood, exposed to the cruel eyes of all his enemies.
He lies alone in eternal silence, Mother. He does not suffer. The sun, the bitter cold, the wind, and even the hatred of the Greek warriors can no longer touch him.
But in our hearts, Cassandra, there is no silence, no such peace. Tell me how they intend to dispose of his body.
They will drag it to the rocks at Tenedos and there abandon it as prey to the vultures. This, Mother, is the will of Achilles.
Hector lies like a newborn babe who's scarcely seen the light of day. Bring me my son.
Yes, we must go. Our brother's body awaits us, Paris.
It is hopeless to try, Deiphobus.
For 9 long years, the Achaean camp has resisted all our attacks.
Trojan arms are powerless to do this. Tears are appeased only with tears, and not with blood.
I shall go alone and shed my tears, Cassandra. Alone and unarmed.
King Priam cannot crawl before the enemy.
Humility, supplication, and tears are the only arms for a weak old man.
Achilles will slay you.
What death comes more easily for a father than death by the bloody hands of those who slew his son?
We'll come with you.
I will go alone. Alone. To Achilles. Alone. Armed only with my tears. What do you want?
I am coming, Priam.
Nobody needs to protect me.
Possibly, but I shall come.
Aeneas, I know you. I know your valor. But I refuse to accept your insolence.
I hear the voice of Hector, your son and my friend, who calls to us both.
Who?
To thee I pray, O Pallas Athena, ruler of the destiny and fate of mortals. Accept my sacrifice. Send back my father and my husband, alive and unhurt from the camp of the Greeks.
For the safety of our aged father, to bring him back with Hector's body to holy Troy, O my sister Creusa, and Cassandra, who speaks to the gods, I offer to you these 2 lambs as a sacrifice to Athena.
How quick you are to offer the life of a suckling lamb, and how slow to offer your own.
And what does that mean?
If you care as you say for our father's life, why did you let him go alone?
You know that was his wish. You know it very well.
And yet another man who was not a member of our family did not heed his wish.
Who?
Aeneas.
That man never wastes an opportunity to curry favor with the population. He's doubtless made absolutely sure that all of Troy is informed of his latest and greatest exploits.
You delude yourself when you attribute to Aeneas your petty intentions. Aeneas is a warrior. He can dispense with the popularity which you seek by every means, even in your sacrifices to the gods.
How I wish I could see him. See your worthy hero, when he will stand face to face with fierce Achilles.
Our games will now wait. Advance, Trojans, and entertain us with the music of your tears.
It is before him that you must grovel. You think your tears will bring to life my friend Patroclus? Tears can do nothing for him now. Hector has slain Patroclus, and you have slain our Hector. Achilles mourns for a friend. Priam mourns for a son. You boast that your grief is greater. Then bare your breast, Priam. Amuse us then with your paternal sorrow. Perhaps others will sympathize, but not I. What price does Achilles ask for Hector's body? Patroclus. Patroclus. What shall I tell him? 1,000 chests of gold? And a mountain of precious jewels on your funeral pyre? Better than that. The mortal agony of all our captives, huh? Achilles, do not slay this helpless prisoner. You are Aeneas? Yes, Hector's friend, as you were his friend. Then you have not come to bargain for bodies? No. Go your way, Graybeard, before I send you to Hades.
Are you resolved to pay with your life?
I have laid at your feet something that is worth more. All my dignity and the honor of my forebears.
I will restore your son. Take Hector's body and place it in my tent, and wrap it in a linen shroud.
I beg of you, Achilles. Yes, I beg you. Let me do this service for my son.
Go. Stay here, Trojan. He has much to say to his son. And when the living speak to their dead, it's better not to listen. With the permission of Agamemnon, our games will continue now. This great tripod of purest gold is offered by Achilles to the winner of the chariot contest. The victor will be the man who will not be dragged beyond this line. And now watch, Aeneas. See the power of the Grecian warriors.
Do you know that warrior?
It's Ajax, your finest warrior. I've seen him in combat.
There is none stronger. Observe him well.
You can go.
Silence! Let those who take pride in their fists come forward now to fight. 4 talents of gold are offered by the generous Achilles.
4 talents of gold, enough for a farm and an olive orchard. That's worth the risk.
Whoever hopes to win it must reckon first with me. Now what will you do? Think better of it?
4 talents is a rich reward. But I love life too much. Why don't you try?
I love life too.
Well then, my friends, what are you waiting for? Courage, men. The worst I can do is to break you in 2.
The Trojans laughing at us, Agamemnon.
He comes to us under the aegis of peace.
Does this mean I shall win the 4 talents without effort?
Then let's treat him like a true guest and ask him to join the festivities. We'll present him to Ajax.
I will, Ulysses.
I will add to the prize money 2 of the swiftest horses in the world. Is there no challenge?
The Greek warriors leave the honor to the Trojan, if he has the courage to fight the doughty Ajax.
I will fight for one prize, for the arms of Hector.
Is it the wish to have them as your own that drives you?
I seek them only for Andromache, his wife.
You ask the finest prize I have won in 9 years of war, Aeneas. But I accept. In honor of Patroclus, the Trojan Aeneas accepts the challenge for the glory of his race.
And Ajax, for our own.
Come this way. At the signal, you will leap onto horseback and ride 2 circuits of the arena. The one who arrives first will have the advantage of using this, a glove. It is this advantage that could allow you to return to Troy alive. The hand-to-hand combat will be fought within the limits of this circle. The loser is the one who's thrown outside, or the one who remains inside, dead.
Take your places. Go! After Ajax!
This will not please Ajax. Aeneas is running on the inside. Watch this. Let's hope we'll soon be rid of one more enemy.
Begin!
Now I know that Troy has one warrior who's worthy of me.
Now I know that the nobility of an enemy
makes this war even more hateful.
Our names are becoming a legend, Paris. Not only to others, but even to ourselves.
So long as they are united. Paris, without Helen, is nothing. And Helen, without Paris, is only an adulteress.
The more reason for keeping our bond alive, regardless of the cost. If we should break it, all is lost. And that is all Aeneas is waiting for.
I don't worry about Aeneas. I don't care if he's won the arms of Hector.
With those arms, he has gained the right to express his views in the Council of the Elders. And I don't want to hear him speak about me, and especially against me.
He wouldn't dare do that. Even Priam is against him. And I will be your defender.
Archelaus, have you strength enough left to ease my aching body?
Indeed I have, Aeneas. When you rise again, you'll feel as fresh as if you'd never fought today.
Later.
You don't appear surprised to see me here, Aeneas.
I'm only surprised that you did not come sooner.
Before today, you were only a man like all the others. Now you are Aeneas.
But you will never change. You are Helen.
You utter my name as though it were an insult. Perhaps because you don't know me. I suppose you think I am a selfish woman who is incapable of love.
If you're here to betray Paris, so that Menelaus can at last be revenged for another betrayal, you can save your breath. You're mistaken. If Paris sent you here, and is prepared to pay this price, thus hoping that I'll say tomorrow in the council that to die for Helen is a worthy death, once again save your breath. Or if by chance you think that there have been enough deaths to pay for your adultery, go back to Menelaus and Paris be hanged.
If there is no way to persuade you, Aeneas, there are at least ways of breaking you.
I beg you to excuse me, but the walls of Troy look down upon a sea of blood.
When so many heroic men die for one woman, her glory will last through eternity.
Perhaps. But no eternity is long enough to contain the horror of such a glory. Archelaus. Go ahead. Massage me well.
I will.
Having lost so many men and wasted so many words, all the Greeks ask of us is the return of Helen. Their costs, their offended honor, their dead will all be forgotten.
Never before have you, Aeneas, been admitted to this council. Here you can speak as you like. You already know our views.
And I'm sure that you know mine. Nothing can convince me that the welfare of the people of Troy should be sacrificed to please an adulterer.
It is not my joy that the people are defending, but the precious symbol that a Trojan once took from Sparta. She was the pride and the glory of Greece.
There is no glory that produces such agony.
We speak utterly different languages, Aeneas, but yours is a lone voice.
Hector was your brother. He died for your insane adventure, but his voice spoke as mine. Cassandra is your sister, and her voice, warning us of doom, is the voice of the gods.
But Cassandra is mad.
We have heard you, Aeneas. Peace is no way for a people to win a place in history. Many generations will sing the glory of those who by warlike deeds have earned their immortality.
Are you aware, Priam, that our resources are exhausted? With what men? With what weapons? What food are we to carry on the fight?
All of Phrygia knows and admires you. Go there. Speak to the Phrygians. Bring us some of their fighting men, and bring Dardanian cavalry. Bring us an army, Aeneas.
What if they refuse?
It's an order of the king and of the Council of Elders.
How will you defend Troy while this mission is being carried out?
We'll ask the Greeks for a truce. I will go and deal with them in person.
But they may not grant it.
The war has not yet exhausted all our gold.
You will offer Agamemnon all the gold in the city in exchange for a truce. And you, Aeneas, must leave tonight with a cavalry escort of 10 men.
You can depend upon me at all times, Aeneas. I will always be with her.
I'm grateful, Andromache. Will you watch from the wall tonight?
Yes. From tonight on, time will stand still for me.
Don't worry, my dear. I will come back.
Aeneas. Aeneas. If you only knew...
Say it, Creusa.
If you only knew how much I love you.
Farewell, Creusa.
I did not have the courage to tell Aeneas that he's going to be a father. If he had known, he might well have insisted on remaining with me.
Upon his mission depends the safety of the city.
That's true. But his grief at the idea of parting with me would have been that much greater if he had known that the life of his unborn son and mine were exposed to the cruelty of Paris.
I will remain with you, and my house will be your own. Come.
For what reason do you suppose we would agree to so long a truce?
You know the answer, Agamemnon. Gold.
How much?
4 chariots full, and 8 others full of silver and jewels.
It's not enough. Twice that.
We haven't that much. So many truces have despoiled the city. When you conquer us, if you should conquer us, you'll find nothing but wood and stones.
It seems we may as well end the siege if there's nothing more worth conquering.
That is for you to decide.
It's not 4 chariots of gold, nor twice as much, that could induce us to grant such a truce. If you're exhausted, a truce would be of no help to you.
We have your opinion, Achilles. What's yours, Ajax?
No.
Diomedes?
No.
Menelaus?
I'm willing to make peace. That's better than any truce. And all I demand is the return of the Queen of Sparta.
Helen will be so flattered to know that you still care that much for her.
And you, Ulysses?
No price, however great, could obtain a truce for the Trojans today, except perhaps surrender. And since they have no intention of surrendering, let us be generous. Grant them a truce.
Why?
Why? Because Ulysses tells you to.
I leave it to you to fix the terms, then.
The gold you offer us is sufficient. But in place of the 10 chariots of silver, we desire wood. All the wood you have. All the wood you can find.
What good is that to you?
Come, do I ask you why you want a truce?
We agree.
I have not yet finished. In addition, we require 10 hostages of high rank as a guarantee to us that you will respect this truce. And now, if you wish, you may say, agreed?
You will have what you ask.
One at least of these hostages must be from your own family.
Why didn't you want the 8 silver chariots?
I need wood.
Why?
Explain that.
On the field of battle, our army is invincible. But for 9 years, we have been trying to scale the walls of Troy without success.
And so?
I want to fight the Trojans. inside those walls.
Well said. But how will you do it?
Theseus! If you entered a tent abandoned by the enemy, would you take this object?
Of course. It would rightfully belong to me.
And would you take it to your home?
Yes. But what are you trying to say?
You would have taken death into your own home. I propose to build a horse, a wooden horse, great enough to contain a party of men. And now I shall have the time and the material to do it.
What sorrowful meditations are disturbing your serenity? Aeneas has departed and will return with a whole army of allies. And you worry. Oh, you still have to choose as a hostage one of your own kin. You have decided which one?
You have chosen, and I shall accept. Who?
What if I said Aeneas?
But why speak of Aeneas?
Because it's a way of speaking of Creusa.
My own sister.
Your sister who bade Aeneas such a fond farewell when he left.
Creusa. It very, very rarely happens that something which must be done proves to be a pleasure.
Which of you sent for me? Helen?
No, I'm the one who sent for you. But it is not easy to say what I have to say to you.
Tell me quickly, have you bad tidings for me?
It is only to say that you have been chosen as one of our hostages.
By my father?
It's my choice, and this decision was most painful to me.
Yes, the same pain you felt when you chose all the other hostages from Aeneas's friends.
Surely you're not one of his friends.
It's more than that. I love him.
That's all the better. Your frankness spares my conscience.
Very good. Your cruelty spares me the evil of your company, at least until the end of the truce.
Be more value by itself than all of Achilles' cavalry.
You think that the Trojans will snap at the bait?
I've had word spread among the hostages. The horse is sacred, and whoever possesses it is protected by the gods.
And why should they ever imagine we'd leave it in enemy hands, Ulysses?
I've thought of that also. Sinon!
At your orders, Ulysses.
Behold the key to my plan. This is Sinon, known in time of peace as the greatest actor in all of Greece. He will be the groom for our horse.
There's something horrible in the grandeur of that frightful horse. What is the meaning of it?
The animal is sacred to the sea god, Poseidon. They want to win the favor of the god. The truce is to end in 7 more days. Then they will attack Troy.
If Aeneas shouldn't arrive in time?
That would be the end. But Aeneas has never failed to keep his word.
I want your fastest rider.
Eno.
Ride to Troy at once and tell Prince Paris that we shall reach the city tonight. And tell him the barracks for the troops should be ready for us.
Diomedes! Come look quickly! Come look!
See there?
The Trojans! Quick! Everybody back to camp! If we don't stop Aeneas and his army outside the walls of Troy, your plan will have no chance to succeed.
I could not foresee this.
We'll have to attack them at once, in the open field.
Yes, unfortunately, there's nothing else to be done.
What about our truce? They use the truce to raise a whole new army.
A truce we accepted to prepare a trap.
For me, the truce is broken.
Not for me. I've given my word.
Your word? Yes, your word. But the facts, they're another matter. I agree with Menelaus.
I do too.
So do I.
Well, then, we'll meet the Trojans on the plain, between the woods and the swamp.
Then don't count on me. I do battle to gain eternal glory, not dishonor.
If the tide of battle favors us, we'll have no need of him. If not, he'll come to our aid. I know Achilles.
Assemble all the men. We'll attack the enemy immediately. You, Aristocles, put the Trojan hostages on the ships at once.
Aeneas! The Greek infantry is marching against us.
The traitors.
It looks like the Greeks are maneuvering to cut us off from the city.
Hipparchus, assemble the captains. As soon as the Greeks are in range of our arrows, you, Archilochus, will retreat toward the valley as if you'd been ordered to defend it. Hipparchus, you are going to move up to protect Archilochus. The Greeks will attack head-on and will attempt to turn our left flank. Then, at my signal, you retreat to the wood, as if you were fleeing. So they will take the trouble to surround our first phalanx.
But then they'll charge with the cavalry.
That is exactly what I want. All right, you must hurry.
Forward! On the run!
Hipparchus to retreat.
Forward and surround them!
Why in the name of Zeus doesn't Diomedes charge those who retreat? You go, Ulysses.
I should already have done so if their flight had not been so hasty.
What do you mean?
Wouldn't it be better to wait a moment longer?
Diomedes is wasting time by not encircling the first phalanx. If the Trojans can regroup their forces, they'll attack him from the rear. Go, Ulysses.
I do not like to try to correct one mistake with another. But as you wish, you are the supreme commander.
Cavalry.
Just as you foresaw.
Hide your men behind the trees and let every arrow count.
When they discover we're there, it will be too late.
Dardanians, this is your hour. Charge!
Fall back on the camp, immediately! Sound the retreat!
horses! On to the Greek camp!
If Aeneas is able to cut off the Greek forces before they can reach their camp, the war is over.
Paris, the whole Greek army is in full flight.
All your men are eager to rush out to join Aeneas. At last, we have a chance to destroy the enemy.
For 10 long years, their camp has withstood all our assaults, and I am sure that Aeneas' warriors will fail again. I will not strip the city of Troy of its vital defenses. Go and tell Aeneas to return to Troy with his army at once. At once!
As you wish.
The Greeks have been beaten.
Aeneas has won. We are free.
Take positions at the wall. The north wall and the east wall. And you'll return to your quarters and prepare to go aboard ship.
Well, what are you going to do with us now?
We're going to take you along with us.
Oh.
Creusa, you'll have to be brave, for I must try to escape from this camp.
Wakate.
It is the only means I have of saving you, to try to join Aeneas and come back to free you.
They'll kill you.
Then my life will have been lost for a worthy cause.
What kept Paris from leading forth his army to cut off the Greeks in their retreat? If he had, the war would be over. Hipparchus, order your men to regroup and make ready for the final assault.
Aeneas, Paris orders you to return to Troy with your army at once.
The sun is still high, and with the aid of the gods, we'll storm the camp.
It's an order, and Paris is still commander-in-chief.
Glaucus, you will take the army back to the city. Archelaus, bring me my chariot.
You four, bring him here.
Archites.
Creusa.
Speak.
She's a prisoner of the enemy.
Creusa, prisoner.
As a hostage, they're taking her. ships.
He's dead.
We'll attack them at once. You, bring the pole of my chariot.
Move along. Faster, faster.
Oh. Aristocles, she'll never reach the ship. She's far too weak. Have pity on her, I beg you.
I have my orders. Let her wait here. I will bring a chariot for her.
I am grateful.
Now, you others, move along.
Protect me with your shields. Now pull. Pull hard.
It seems that our friend Aeneas has paid no attention to your order to return here.
He'll rue this day.
The Greek fortifications have fallen, and he will return to Troy tonight in triumph. You must act quickly, or it'll be too late, Paris.
Yes, Aeneas may have cleared the way, but I will deliver the decisive assault. Follow me.
Forward.
We need to find more chariots.
There aren't any, except those belonging to King Agamemnon.
Never mind. We must use something to stop their cavalry before they cut us off from the sea.
And Creusa, the daughter of Priam?
I will see to her.
Come with me.
No! No! Aeneas! No! Let me be! Let me be! Aeneas! Aeneas! No!
Go on, throw it.
Aeneas.
Creusa. Oh, Creusa, if I had only known.
Aeneas, I was sure you would return. The fruit of our love is stirring within me.
Our own child. Let the gods grant that he'll never know. The awful stench of battle. Only the joys of life.
Achilles.
Yes?
Oh, we must make ready to run. Our ships are in danger, and if Aeneas reaches them before us, it'll all be over too quickly.
No one ever compelled Achilles to flee.
No, no, my friend. Have faith in my plan. We'll board ship and reach the open sea. Tomorrow we'll return. Yes, tomorrow. Under the cover of darkness.
Alcinous, my arms.
What do you intend to do?
I intend to meet Aeneas on the field of battle.
I cannot stop you. But it's a mistake.
Paris!
What is it? Speak!
The Greeks are in full flight toward the sea.
I will cut off their retreat, and now victory can no longer escape us.
Paris! Look there!
The Myrmidons of Achilles.
We'll have to send in all our men.
Wait. It's useless. Troilus, go and tell Aeneas to intervene with his Dardanians at once. Hurry, Troilus!
Go, Glaucus, and take her back to Troy. Entrust her to Andromache for me, and guard her with your life.
Move out!
Aeneas! Achilles is advancing at the head of his Myrmidons and threatens to outflank our forces.
Sound the call for the Dardanian cavalry.
It was written in the stars that our blood should stain this earth.
Either mine or yours.
I would gladly have it mine, if the prize were peace. But so long as you will be alive, there'll be war.
Defend yourself, Trojan. Let the gods decide.
Should Aeneas defeat Achilles, no one will dispute his right to take power.
Achilles is invincible.
To ordinary arms, yes. But I advise you, you had better do all you can to deprive Aeneas of this victory. Be careful.
Let us go. A poisoned arrow is more effective than a sword.
And what did you dip it? In your blood?
Don't forget, Aeneas, that it was I who slew Achilles, and it is I who shall return to Troy in triumph, dragging his corpse behind me in the dust.
You will not, because I intend to take Achilles' body back to the Grecian camp.
Take care, Aeneas. Think of your reputation.
The Myrmidon horsemen are decimated, Aeneas, and have fled from the camp.
Post guards, and tomorrow we'll drive them into the sea.
Why such haste, Aeneas?
Is it your affair?
I had imagined you were with your soldiers, not paying a visit to the women's quarters of the royal palace.
What are you insinuating?
Creusa.
What have you done to her?
Nothing. She will stay with Andromache. But you'll have to content yourself with your memory of her. As long as you have the possibility of recalling her.
Continue, Paris. Go on to the very depths of your evil thoughts. It is no more painful to hear you than it is to see you.
You will hear what I have to tell you. You've asked for it. You have been guilty twice today of treason. Twice. You refused to return to the city with your forces, and then you restored the body of Achilles to the Greeks.
Take me before the judges. Try me if you dare. If your truth is stronger than mine, I will yield. But I speak of truth, Paris, and not of falsehood.
You have that much confidence in a public trial?
As much as you have in murder. You may keep me from speaking in my defense, but you will never escape the accusing silence of the dead whose blood is on your conscience.
Our ships have set out to sea with the troops. They will wait behind the Isle of Tenedos.
Sinan, everything now depends on you.
I am playing the finest role of my entire career, even if the Trojans do not applaud me.
Hide yourself so you can be discovered easily.
I shall make it seem a boon to them when they do.
All these warriors on hand, and the war will be won by an actor.
Actors triumph through the genius of their authors.
Quickly, no time to lose, into the horse.
What did you say?
The Greeks are gone!
Hurrah! The war is over! The war is over! The Greeks have left! We have defeated the Greeks!
The war is over! The Greeks are in flight! We are victorious! We have won the war! The Achaeans have taken to the sea! We are victorious! The war is over! The Greeks have fled in their ships! We have won!
The war is over. The gods be praised.
Dardanians, Paeonians, and allies from all of Phrygia. My victory over Achilles and your valor have dispelled the last vestige of the enemy's hope.
It was Aeneas who led us to victory.
It was Aeneas who won the war.
Why isn't he by your side?
Reasons of state have detained Aeneas in Troy, but it is also in his name that I speak. You may all return to your homes. Today you shall have all the wheat and all the wine you ask for. Besides, I have provided for each one of you to receive a prize of gold. What is more, all you find in the Greek camp is yours.
Paris! Paris! We found the Greek who was trying to hide.
He thought he was hiding in the straw, but his backside was showing.
Do we cut off his feet or his head first?
Do I gaze at last on the great conqueror? You, Paris, the chieftain for whom the bards of tomorrow will weave their wreaths of glory? You who have slain the invulnerable Achilles? Oh, I offer thanks to the Olympian gods for this great honor, for this favor, this sublime boon to a humble mortal who's about to be put to death, about to perish by the hand of mighty Paris.
I wonder if your life was spared, would you be a faithful slave of Paris?
I swear I would. I swear it on that sacred horse dedicated to Poseidon, who rules over the briny sea, for such is the will of Zeus.
You shall live. And this horse, which the fugitives have built to win the favor of the Olympians, is now our trophy and will be taken within the walls of Troy.
Man has become a monster. It is in the monster that man is concealed.
Cassandra, silence the voice of your madness.
Within the monster lurk the seeds of death. Destroy the horse, or it will destroy us all.
That horse is a testimonial of our triumph. It is sacred to the gods. And your prophecies of misfortune are never borne out. Today is a day of rejoicing for everybody in Troy.
Not to see her. Not to be able to stand by her. This is the worst torment of all.
Do not torment yourself, Aeneas. If your son is born during the night, you will hear his cry. For a moment, your heart will stop beating. And then it will beat again, but with a happier beat.
Go back to her. Tell her for me what my own lips are unable to express.
Just before I left her, she said, "Take the look in my eyes to Aeneas." This night is so very dark that no ray of light will ever brighten our city, except the fires of doom. And this silence, Aeneas, sends a chill through my soul.
The city is asleep, Cassandra, and for the first time in 9 long years, in peace.
But the Trojans see no visions tonight. It is I who dream for Troy. But it is a nightmare.
We shall live with the nightmare of the past for a long time to come.
But for what the future holds, who will find the time to weep, Aeneas? This is one night which should be never ending.
Cassandra, your voice for me speaks the truth.
Yet it is obscure even to me.
Find Glaucus and my friends. Tell them I'm here.
I will, Aeneas.
There, that's the signal. Forward, the infantry.
Forward, march!
Now we will burn down the city.
The city's on fire. The Greeks. Glaucus, muster all the men you can to defend the citadel. Come with me.
They will have no pity. Even for you, you will be slain with me. We shall be united forevermore.
These flames burn all bonds. But ours have been destroyed by these 10 long years, Paris.
Helen, what should I do?
You could try to flee, but you do not know where. Or try to fight, but you lack the strength. Or kill yourself, but you lack the courage. You're able only to wait until someone deals you the final blow, which will hurl you headlong into the yawning void. Menelaus. Menelaus.
Pick that up. Pick that up. Now put it on your head. On your head, I say. On your head. That's it. And now, on that bed. Go on. Go on. Down. Down. There. Here. Strike him also, and put out your image that still gleams in his eye. Back to the Greek camp.
Time is no game, Trojan. This time it's not for sport, Aeneas.
Oh, it hurts so, Cassandra.
Andromache! The flames have reached the palace. The Greeks are pouring in everywhere.
Hurry to the east gate. There you may still leave the city.
But Creusa, I mustn't leave her.
I will stay here. You must protect your son.
Aeneas! Oh, Aeneas!
Creusa. Creusa. Creusa, I had so much to say to you. So much that will remain unsaid. Our hopes are ended. Our dreams are done. While my eyes can still gaze on you, before the gates of the realm of death close on you, I want to say only this. I love you, Creusa.
You will go on loving her in your love for your son.
Creusa, she died to give him life. And I shall give him mine.
Live on, Aeneas. You and your boy will not partake of our wretched destiny, for yours is a destiny of glory.
Aeneas! Aeneas, there is still a way open by which you can flee. Your soldiers are guarding it for you.
Flee, Aeneas. Troy is living through her last night. For millenniums to come, men will search in the ashes to find the vestiges of her noble walls. But under new skies, on other shores, Troy will be reborn in the glory of your race.
You can also save yourself.
I have saved myself. My victory is in your destiny. Now leave me, Aeneas, to mourn my sister.
Aeneas, come.
The time has come for me to join you, Creusa. The horrors we have seen in these years will always live in legend.
Come with me. Come.
Aeneas. Give him to me. I was a mother.
In these flames, the past perishes, but they light the way to the future. Far away, on the undiscovered shores of Italy, where the race of Aeneas will find safety, a new city will arise and amaze the world. Troy was mortal. Rome will be known as the Eternal City.